Hey guys, Rick with Raleigh Ford Direct here, and I'm very excited to show you guys this Mishimoto dual oil cooler specific for the Evo 10. And as you can see behind me, we've got our Evo 10 sitting up on the lift. The reason for that is we're actually going to be installing this on our Evo 10, and I am so excited. First of all, let's go ahead and jump into this kit. So what makes this kit so special is the fact that we have dual 19-row oil coolers. That means that this thing is going to be a beast when it comes to controlling oil temperatures. So if you're doing any aggressive driving, track use, or basically anything at all, this oil cooler setup is going to embarrass the factory oil cooler. And I think it's great that the Evos come with a factory oil cooler. Of course, it's much better than nothing at all. But if you want to upgrade, you might as well do it right, and this kit should be for you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So of course, right off the bat, these two beautiful oil coolers, and they're gonna be in a V formation. Now what that's gonna do is it's going to force air through the actual cores themselves by creating a very high pressure area right in front of the cores. That's fantastic. And how you get that V formation is through the included steel plates. Now of course they do include everything you're gonna need to install it. You just have to assemble it, and that includes the lines, which is fantastic. All of the fittings here, again, all very high quality fittings, and all of the hardware. Now this should be similar to the factory fitment in that it does fit where the factory oil cooler goes. It hooks up mostly just like stock. We shouldn't have to modify anything too much, so it should be a fairly easy install. And then of course it does include your brochures and some cool Mishimoto stickers. Now, I'm incredibly excited to get this installed. As you can tell, we've been wanting to upgrade the oil coolers on this car for a while. We've been doing some pretty heavy track use with it. We want to make some more power and just make it more suitable for track. And so I am so excited to get these installed. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, so we've just installed the Mishimoto dual oil cooler on our Evo 10, and this is it right here, this big, beautiful piece of equipment. So the factory oil cooler sits right here in this spot. It is a 13-row oil cooler, which for a factory oil cooler is actually pretty decent. So good job Mitsubishi for even, doing something to help control oil temperatures. But because we take this car out to the track, we do abuse it quite frequently, we needed something better than the factory oil cooler. And so we've opted for this Mishimoto dual core. So the factory core is 13 rows. We've got twin 19-row oil coolers. This should definitely help us not only able to stay out on the track longer, push the engine harder, but also increase reliability of the engine itself. I mean, oil is the lifeblood of the engine. Anytime the oil temps get too hot, we always had to pull off, basically take some cool down laps. With this oil cooler, we should be able to push the car harder and longer, which is fantastic. It's exactly what we want. We want to be able to enjoy this car out on the track. So a couple features of it. Of course, you see this V formation. Now, what that does is it creates a high pressure zone right here in front of the cores, and that's going to force air through the cores more efficiently and should help keep the oil temperatures lower. And then you also have this really cool splitter right here, which should help evenly distribute the air going between the upper and the lower core itself. Of course, you've got stainless lines which lead up to the oil block there on the engine. A couple things I wanted to comment on was the installation of this. Really not bad. Once you put together the actual unit itself, it bolts in almost like the factory unit does. You run the lines to the factory block and everything hooks up just like it should. Now I did have a chance to start the car, let everything warm up, make sure that there aren't any leaks or anything like that. You just want to double and triple check everything, especially with something as important as an oiling system. You really want to make sure that everything is functioning as it should and we are good to go. Now I'm almost ashamed to put the bumper back on this car just because this is such a beautiful piece of equipment, but we want to go out to the track, we want to have some fun with this car, and so the bumper is going to have to go back on. Anyway, that's all the time we've got for you today. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.